Hey guys, Purp here. Back in the garage again. We're going to get some shit done this time. I've got a box of bits, show you what I've bought, and we'll just kind of get to it. I've been slacking like fuck on this, so let's get going. So we're going to start off with the box of bits, which is just down here. Show you what I've bought, and that's what I'm going to try and fit today. It's kind of obvious why that's needed. I got some switches, but they aren't going on today because they're a bit more complicated. I could probably get this one on, but there's no fucking point. So they're going back in the box. Where I got a brake, pretty much same as the old one. I can just change the bracket. I've got an exhaust for it, well, an end can, it doesn't actually fit. Get into that another time though, again. I can just switch the bracket off of this onto the old one. Should fit a treat. And a batteria. Right, I should probably update you as to the other parts that I've done. I went and bought some new levers, new posts. Came with a master cylinder and other crap because they were shagged and needed replaced anyway, and I wanted the banjo bolt from them to test and try and fit the rear caliper. Turns out that the thread into the actual caliper, it was fucked. Like, the whole caliper was fucked. I couldn't even take it apart to clean it. So that's what the new one's about. I got too excited and fitted these anyway because, well, do you see how shiny they are? Look at them. What else I'm going to try and do today is get the brakes sorted and bled, because obviously I needed to empty the fluids from this one to get it on, and, well, it doesn't actually work at the moment. It just kind of pings all the way back. Currently got the wheel off because we need to clean that and, well, get it back on, do the brakes, get them bled. That's the goal of today, is get this thing starting and stopping, hopefully. So as you can see, we've got the wheel out. That was a massive ball ache because this was pretty stuck on there. You can see the state of it. It's seen better days. The wheel bearings are absolutely fine, but, well, yeah, it's going anyway, fuck it. You can see by the difficulty that even these are having coming off, that it's needing attention. You know what, first things first, I'm going to clean this. Then I'm going to do the brake. I'm going to have to take the brake, yeah, the disc, and then I'm going to have to take it off and do the other side, obviously. So I'm just going to get on with that. You might be able to also tell that it is slightly bent. You can't really see it in the camera. It's got a weeble wobble about here. See it? Might need to buy a new one of these. It's good enough for testing. You're not meant to breathe that stuff, apparently. That's the release spray. That's not going to do fucking anything, is it? Just lube the hell out of the brakes. Ace. Fucking idiot. That's the one I wanted. You see, brake cleaner. If I could read, I'd just do it the right way around. Yeah, that release spray tastes and smells horrible. Found a towel, that'll do. Oh, that's 1,000 times better than it was. It's actually got a shine to it. Fuck it, we'll raw dog it without any protection and see what's in there. Because it's looking like, oh crap, I've just realised I've been peeking this whole time. Oh no! It's looking like I'm going to probably have to buy a new swing arm entirely, and the swing arm comes with this garbage, another pin for the middle. The only thing it doesn't really come with is this and the wheel bearings, which, well, that's a spacer. It's not really, it's pretty hard to damage these. That rust smells funky. Only the good kind of funky. Close enough. They wobble a bit, but they feel smooth enough, so for the 5 miles an hour that'll be testing it. It'll be fine. That'll do for that. Let's get on the brake now. Speaking of brakes, Dr. fucking Pepper time. I'm actually using brake cleaner today, not WD-40. So I might actually get somewhere with this. I'm not saying anything interesting or funny. I'm gonna just I'll pop you back in once it's mostly cleaned. Right, so brakes off and it's ever so slightly better. Still pitted to hell. The back actually didn't really need that much work. There's a ton of mud on there, but it seems to have saved most of it from a heap of rust. Fuck it, we'll get to switching over the brake spindle, which is super easy. I'm guessing it'll be fine. Just a case of slipping the old one out of the boots. Like so. Getting the boots off if they'll bloody come off. I've had that off about 30 times and it just decides not to come off this time. Bop. Bop. It's a new old bracket on, so I can technically go back on the swing arm and get the brakes started. Right. Good enough. Do you know the best part about not documenting what you're doing when you're taking things apart? Is learning how to put it back together 3 times. Look how messy my hand is just from that. Bloody hell. Anyway, the wheel's back on. It moves quite well. Obviously didn't get the tyre changed, but now to get the brake on, get this freed onto the caliper, get both brakes done, get the battery actually attached, because I've just put it in there, it's the best place to put it, and then we'll see if it runs, and see if it goes. Probably should have started recording there a bit earlier. Take the bolts off, no missed much. This caliper mounting is shite. Not a fan. Alright, now to get this wheel buttoned up. What size is the other in there? It is certainly a 13. But I hope it's a 17 too. Let's get the wheel buttoned up. You might have noticed from the last video, I didn't really... I cut out quite a bit, because I realised a mistake after I made it. See this dealio here? The bit I forgot what the name of it was in the first episode, the coil. Forgot to plug it in, so it was never going to start. But I've rectified that now. It's plugged in, it's on the right place. Caliper is now bolted in, so I'll add some stoppy juice to them, and see what happens, I guess. Right, I've got some fresh stopping juice right here. Let's try and see if we can do this without spilling too much of it. I have a suspicion that this is kind of goobed as well. It doesn't seem to be doing anything. Let's try opening up the bleed nipple, see if it pushes them through. Oh, holy wow. Okay. It does kind of work. Where the fuck did I put that spanner? Should probably put more in because this reservoir is tiny. Ooh, there they are. Why? It's kind of way over. Only why. Doesn't seem to be doing much right now, but oh no, I've spilt it everywhere. What will it do? Oh, the beautiful paint. Okay, we're getting a bit of pressure now, but it doesn't actually feel like the brakes are doing anything. Oh, they are, just it's kind of piss poor. Well, I'll sit and do this for the next 10 minutes and see what happens. Come back to you when they're working or not. Let's try and do the front one. Is it even the right size? I don't know. I seem to might be in the right size. Click. It's right. Pull that boy off. Oh, come on. I haven't tightened a few things. In my haste of putting this all together through excitement, I just threw it all on. Clutch kind of works. I've got to adjust it down at the doohickey. But we'll get it done eventually. Oh, I'm going to need down the blimmin' nippleometer. Pooh, I haven't planned this one out, have I? Hold on, I'll adjust you. Oh, that bit wasn't recording, was it? Oh well. I had to use a hammer to get the fucking bleed nipple open. It's not bleeding properly, as you'd probably expect, because it's just what it's doing. Anyway, I'll get to the bottom of it and be back in a minute. Turns out I was being an idiot and just I was being very impatient, and well, it now actually seems to be working. Same with the back, it was just me. I'm the problem. Do you know what else is now a problem? And cuts out. I'll move her back in the stand and actually see if I want to see if the wheels work. There's a bushing missing in the start drive. It's just one of the ones that the chain kind of bounces off of and uses as a guide, so it's kind of hitting off the casing at the moment. It's not the best, but I want it running. Well, the gearbox seems to work in first and second. I think we'll call that a day. It has been productive. Brakes now work, electrics now work, the wheels now spin, they now stop. I'm probably going to have to take this out in a spin soon. That's worrying. That is worrying. Well, I've been the Purp. Thanks once again for watching. I should probably figure out a better outro and figure out what the fuck I'm actually doing. But we'll get there eventually. If you want, you can hit the like button if you have liked it. If you haven't, don't bother. You can always subscribe if you feel like it. I'm planning on actually doing more with this eventually. Thanks for watching, and I'll talk to you in the next one.